Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the commodities update video. And today we'll be looking at the most likely scenario where price will be heading into for natural gas, UNG, oil, silver, and gold, as well as the US dollar. And I'll be giving you guys my unbiased opinion because I'm not in this stock. So I'll give you guys scenarios for bears and bulls to see where price may be heading into and a couple of level support and resistance levels. And if you guys learn anything, feel free to like, share, and subscribe or support the channel. And the Patreon link is below. And let's get started. All right, so we're looking at natural gas. Oh yeah, also I'll be doing the stock market update video tomorrow where I look at QQQ, S&P 500, Nvidia, Tesla, Apple, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Meta. And I have a free Discord channel link in the YouTube bio. And yeah, if you would come hang out, chat, talk about stocks or whatever. All right, so we're looking at nat gas, and we're looking at this level of support for a while. And it finally broke out of it on last week, Friday. And I talked about the back test here on Monday, where if we break through it, bounce, and then retest that level, and it flipped from support, prior support, and flips into resistance, then the most likely scenario is that we're going to probably head lower. So pretty much that's what happened there. We back tested it, and it flipped into resistance, and now we went a little bit lower. And today is pretty much just a indecision candle here where we again tested this level of prior support, now acting as resistance again. And then we came all the way down to pretty much close to the last level of support around 2.8, which you can see is pretty close to the 52-week low level of support. And we bounced from there to the middle range. So that's an indecision candle. We know. Bulls and bears both tested their areas resistance and both tested support, and they don't know where sway wants to go at this moment. So zoom into the hourly chart and see what happened first. So we got the rejection first, head straight down to support, and then bounced into the end of the day. But a 50% retracement. So the next retracement should favor the bulls a little bit slightly more, but this is giving me a megaphone looking vibe here. Let's take a look to see if we got the megaphone. Yeah, a little bit of megaphone. So hourly chart megaphone here. Megaphone just means it breaks to a prior high without follow through, breaks to the next low without no follow through. You can see the beginning. So we broke to a lower low, no follow through. Broke to a higher high, higher than prior high, no follow through. Broke to a higher high, no follow through again. Lower low, lower than prior low, and no follow through. But a frustrating pattern because it kind of just widens up. And we'll have to see which way it breaks. Let's see. It's a pretty small one so far. Let's see. I take that back. It's pretty big. 3.4, 3.8% to break above the megaphone. But we're going to test this resistance first before we even get to that megaphone resistance. So ideally for bulls, you want to see us break above this downtrending prior support is now acting as resistance. If we can get back through that above there, then we have a better chance of potentially going a little bit higher into testing this cluster of range here. It's around 3.06, bottom of that range, top of the range. And for you bears, erase that megaphone real quick, but you guys already see it, so you guys can screenshot it or yeah, just see the levels there. You just see that on a daily 2 minute lines. So yeah, so ideally you want to break above this downtrending line for bulls, and for bears, you want to take below this 52-week low. And then we'll head probably down to here. If you can break this Friday's low, which is pretty close to recent 52-week lows. If we do break that low and we come all the way down here to test this low, then we're pretty much coinciding with the last level of support, which is the blue line and this downtrending support line right there. See, prior resistance, 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 resistance. Now back to support because we're above it. Support, 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 support. So if we do come down here on Monday, which is testing this low, it will pretty much confluence with the blue line, so 52-week low, and this diagonal support. That would pretty much be the last level of support. If that breaks, then that's a monthly bear flag confirming. So we'll see if bulls can hold low, get above there, or bears take it lower. Those are the two scenarios. Watching. And if bears take it down here and then we bounce, then there's a potential that we V-shape from there. So I'd be watching to how it trades when it touches here, or not. Or who knows? We'll just maybe hold this level because this is also a strong level support as well. And then we'll bounce from here. All right, let's take a look at UNG here. Slow going down, same thing as net gas. A little, but is also holding its pretty much last level. It broke through by a tiny bit, but we came back above it. So I'm just going to call it a double bottom at the moment because we didn't get much follow through onto the downside when we broke through it. So if we do bounce from here, let's take a look if there's any signs of that. Hourly chart, nothing. We just have one green candle bounce, 1.5%, and that's it. What I want to see is an hourly trend change. You guys know why I talk about hourly trend change all the time. So this was an hourly downtrend confirming it right there when it broke that low. Up the move, down, bounce, pivot being set. That's a lower high, broke to a lower low, lower than this low. That's an hourly downtrend confirming. Right now, we don't have anything yet, just one initial bounce. If we can get a pivot being set, a higher low, higher than this low, and then break to a higher high, higher than the prior high, that's an hourly uptrend confirmed. Then we may get more follow through to the upside. At this moment, bears are still in full control. Hourly in a downtrend, daily downtrend, everything in a downtrend intact. So no signs of that yet. So very first thing I want to see from natural gas bulls is an hourly uptrend back to their favor for any signs of follow through back upside. All right, let's take a look at oil. So nothing much going on here. Still chopping in this cluster of range here after we've broken down to this level. And let's take a look here. So daily downtrend confirm, bounces. This was the pivot. So this is still lower than the prior pivot. So that's daily downtrend still intact. Came down here, V-shaped, and still not going anywhere. So daily downtrend still intact. And still not over the EMA 12, which is a teal looking line. You can see all these rejections here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Rejected again today. As long as we don't get over the teal looking line, EMA 12, and still in a daily downtrend, oil isn't going anywhere higher. So I want to see a trend change. You want to see a break above this pivot. If we can get above this pivot and the 12 EMA, we will be in a neutral trend instead of a downtrend. After that, here, initial bounce, higher low being set. Okay, so if we get above this pivot, we are in a daily uptrend. So pretty much this zone battle between bears and bulls. If bears take it back below here, we're a continuation of the daily downtrend. If bulls break above this one and above the 12 EMA, we're back in a daily uptrend, and we probably get more follow through back up to close to the 74. We'll be testing this cluster, low of this cluster, if that confirms. And if we get more follow through on the downside, first thing I'll be looking at is this low, Thursday's low. If we can break that, then we're probably going to come down to closer to a little bit into 65s. 65 is going to be a very key level of support. You see support, 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 support. When we're below it, you see resistance, resistance, resistance. So if we do break Thursday's low, then there's a chance that we can come out into this 65 level. There's another one along the way, closer to here, around 66.5. So that's going to be the first one we're test. Once we break that, if we break this one, then we're coming back to this one. Okay, take a look at gold. So gold is looking like a double top at the moment. It's a little bit weaker than silver. Even with the US dollar pulling back, gold isn't outperforming by much. Metals and dollar are usually inversely correlated. So if the dollar drops, metals usually go up. So right now it's pretty much just a double top. We have tested it Tuesday once, Wednesday another time, and today another time. So far, still not getting over it. Although we're making a higher low each time, you can see each time the pivot, low of the pivot is always higher. So that's a good sign that we may break it, but before we want to be predicting, still double top at the moment. And if it breaks above that, then we're looking at this black looking line resistance if we do break this 2004 level. And if we reject from there, likely going to come down to test this 1983 first. And if that breaks, we're going to come to 1969. See which, if gold can catch up to silver, or it's going to stay relatively weak, and until silver starts rolling over, then gold's going to even roll over more. So see about that. Let's take a look at the dollar to see if dollar may get more weakness and gold may break that double top. So dollar is still in a daily downtrend after it broke out of this megaphone that we've been looking at for a while. Its daily downtrend is still continuing. Here's a move, pivot being set, broke to a lower low, so that's a daily downtrend confirm, and it's still going. New pivot being set right there, and now it's heading to Tuesday's low. So as long as the dollar is underneath the 12 EMA, which is a teal looking line, you can see rejection here, and it's still trending below it, and with a daily downtrend, and bears are in absolute full control. And with the rates pretty much at its peak already, and rates coming down as well, dollar usually won't be heading much higher. So there's a lot of macro stuff going on as well with the technicals. You can see at the hourly charts, no signs of bounce at the moment. So hourly still in a downtrend. We had an hourly uptrend here, and with a little bit of follow through, and then gave it all back. Now we're back in an hourly downtrend. So every trend is in favor of the bears at the moment, and we're likely going to come down to test this Tuesday's low. If it can hold, then we may get some bounces going, but at the moment, bears still have absolute control. We're starting to get a little bit oversold to the on the daily. Last time we got oversold on the daily, and that's when we bounced. So we'll see if it bounces when we get daily oversold. Getting pretty close to third underneath 30. Last time was 24.5. So we'll see about that, which was down all the way down here. Good. Another red candle to the blue line. We're probably going to get oversold. Maybe a little bit lower, but around that area. So we'll see if it bounces from there. All right, let's take a look at silver. So silver broke out of our last boss resistance. Resistance over here, resistance, resistance, resistance. Chopped around here for 6 days and finally broke above it. And the bears were just trying to hold this thing down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, 6 days. And once we get that red day on the dollar today again, silver just went poof. So that's a good sign. So the next level I will be looking at is pretty much exactly where we closed. Right there. See this level of resistance right there. It's 7 rejections here, 8, 9 here. So we'll see if we get over that. If we get over that, then we're looking back up at 4.6. Break that, we're looking at $25. So yeah, no signs of slowdown yet. This look like a 4-hour. This look a bull flag to me, and confirmed bull flag today. So we'll see if the momentum can continue. It pretty much closed at a high of its day. Otherwise, probably would have had a little bit higher if we had more time today. Today was a short trading week. Hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving, and I will see you guys over the weekend for the stock market update video. And yeah, feel free to comment below or ask any questions. If you guys have any questions, as well as you can feel free to support the channel on Patreon. And if you guys support there, you guys can feel free to DM me any questions if you want. And I will see you guys over the weekend. Have a good rest of you guys' weekend.